Good evening. My name is Ivory Simone, and I'm the author of the new fiction novel, Havasu Means Blue Water. The image that you're looking at right now is disturbing and startling. It was for me when I came across it. But it also made me think about Lila Amir, the character in my novel, who is a graduate student researching political murders, the deaths of women of color because of their political and social views. In the novel, she has selected Mary Alice Venerable as the subject for her master's thesis because Mary Alice seems to be an unlikely person to be the target of such violence, politically motivated, or violence that seems to have some type of political overtones to it or social malevolence to it. She is the wife of a farmer, and on the surface, a very common woman, yet she finds herself in the middle of a controversy that results in the loss of her life, as well as the loss of her husband's life. Lila, in the course of her research, comes across information that is new. It's information that she digs up about the actual lynching of Mary Alice and her husband, and she comes across the gruesome details of how they were murdered. And as she is looking at this information, she is horrified. She is just emotionally traumatized by the thought that these two people suffered the way they did at the hands of their neighbors. And so she writes in her journal her thoughts about what this means to her as a researcher, but also as a woman of color looking at history from a modern contemporary perspective, but identifying with what's happened to her research subject on a human level. And this is the excerpt that she writes in her journal. I expect to find a community of people in Wilburn who are in active denial of the barbarity of the acts committed by their own. Such denial allows them to protect and preserve the semblance of a moral identity. Likewise, I expect them to attempt to avoid responsibility for the sins of their fathers and mothers by treating these historical crimes as aberrant behavior committed by others long dead. By portraying the guilty as victims of a way of thinking relegated to the past, the living use the passage of time to cleanse the bloody handprints of their forebears from the pages of history. Justice deprived, however, leaves another type of bloody trail, a crimson stain on white snow, a defect of spirit carried by the descendants of murdered victims, buried but not forgotten, which prevents them from moving forward until the festering wound of injustice is cured. Havasu Means Blue Water is a uniquely American story. It is now available for your reading enjoyment and, I hope, thoughtful contemplation of the history and the story of the people in the novel. You can purchase a paperback version of the book at www.lulu.com, or you can go to www.smashwords.com and purchase a electronic version for your e-readers. Please read the book. I'm honored to present it to you.